Welcome back, Spartans. This is going to be our 5th video in the series on taking our Photoshop layout, such as this, and bringing it into Dreamweaver. Okay, so going back to where we left off in video number 4, you can see we have our buttons and we have our logo. Okay. What I'd like you to do next is actually go into your assets folder and double click your layout template. Now, you should remember, before you can even find your files here, you need to go back in to your manage sites right here, your manage sites, and redo all that. Just make sure you are able to get back and create that that website to show all your files here in the index. Okay, I don't need to do that, as you know, so I'm not going to go through that again. If you forget how to do it, just go back to my 4th video, and at the beginning of that 4th video it explains everything. Okay, now without further ado, I'm going to go into Photoshop. I've already opened up the layout, the mock-up layout. And the first thing I want to do is I want to take off all the visibility except leaving the background open. So what am I going to do? Well, here's what I have so far. And the very first step from video 4, and actually the first step in Dreamweaver, was to color our body. Okay, I chose a sort of a neutral gray here. Looks good, but really what I want to do is I want to create this effect sort of in reverse of what you see here. So instead of the blue-green to purple, it's going to be top down. It'll be purple to blue-green on this background where you see it as gray. So I want you to give that a try. Okay, here's how we do it. First, make sure your background layer is active. You're going to take your marquee tool and you're going to go ahead and drag out a skinny sliver all the way from the top down. The width is not so important, so just choose something skinny like that, and just go ahead and do Control-C, go into File, New, and you can see clipboard. You know that means that you can paste once you open up this document. You can see the width is only 9 pixels. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call this background. Alright, and I'm going to click OK. So a new document will come up. Control-V. By the way, you can close your background now, or rather your template. You can just close that up. I'll just say no. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do Save for Web and Devices. I'm going to save it as a JPEG, and I'm going to save it into that assets folder that is in my layout. Okay, and there it is. Save. And let me just make sure I'm in the right folder. Let's see. No, I'm not. You know what? I'm going to have to do that again. So I'm going to go ahead and do Save for Web and Devices. And I'm going to come in here. Now you're only going to have one. Oh, actually, maybe I am in the right place. Ha! Okay. There I am. I'm fine. So I'm going to cancel that. Yeah, I just had to make sure. And I'll cancel that again. And now let me go back in here and refresh. Make sure it's in there. So let's see. I refresh it, and it should drop in there. Let's see. I'm going to pause the video and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I have it in my assets folder, but I'm going to have to go ahead and drag that up into the images folder. So no big deal. Just make sure you save it to your images folder, not the assets folder. So there it is, background. Alright, let's now go back into the body tag right up here in the rules. Double click and go into the background, And I'm just going to go back to this background color and choose that red slash. Don't need that anymore. And then I'm going to go to Browse, and I'm going to go into the Images folder of the, let's see, Images folder, Deconti, yes, and Images. Let's see, background, there it is. Aha. And then click OK. Now, because it's just a skinny sliver without much width, we need to repeat along that x-axis. So choose Repeat X and Apply, and click OK. And I'm going to save all, and then I'm going to go ahead and go back to my website here, and I'm going to refresh. Now, you notice the height does not extend past my my template here, right? Which happens to be the wrapper div. So how do I go about doing that? Well, go back into the Photoshop and take the bottom section of the template here. I'm going to shorten this up because I'm losing real estate on my video here. And I'm going to take my dropper and I'm going to sample that bottom part of that purple. Okay, remember what that is. That's going to be an extension down here of that purple, an extension of this purple that just stops. So I'm just going to go in there and sample it with my eyedropper. Then I need that code, so I'm going to copy it right here, Control C, right, that's that foreground color, and Control C again, and then I'm going to go into the body, background, and I'm going to copy the background color, Control V. Don't forget that hashtag symbol. Okay, and there it is. Apply, click OK, and let's see how that looks. Let's see, we got to save all, and now go back and refresh. And see, it looks fairly seamless. I think that looks pretty good. All right. Okay, let's continue. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go to my design code, and I'm going to insert another div, because what we need now are the left and right columns as well as the footer. So I'm going to sort of crank this out because it looks like I'm going to have just the right amount of time. So I'm going to go into ID, and we're going to choose left COL. Now I'm choosing a uppercase C, and I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to click OK again. I'm going to go to my box, and the width this time is 220. The height is 450. And we're going to float that to the left. All right. Then I'm going to go to my background. I'm going to browse for that left column. And there it is. And there's the width and the height in case you forget. I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to have no repeat, and I'm going to apply, click OK, and click OK again, save all. Let's go back into our web browser and refresh. All right, looking good. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove this content, this text, placeholder text they call it, and I'm just going to hit simply delete. Okay. Now I'm going to hit return. I'm going to get that cursor right after this div and insert another div tag. And this div tag is going to be called right column. Again, similar naming convention with the uppercase C. Click New CSS, click OK, and go into the box for the width and the height. And the remainder is 220 minus 800, and that would be 580. Height again is 450, and we're going to float it to the left. I'm going to go to the background. I'm going to browse for the background image. I'm going to choose the right column. There it is, 580, 450. Click OK. No repeat. Apply. Click OK. Click OK again. File. Save all. Go back in to my web browser and refresh. Bingo, looking good. I'm going to get rid of this placeholder text, hit delete, There's my right column div. And now the last thing we're going to do, and I'm sure you know this, is fill in this gap. And that gap is going to be our footer. So go to Insert, go to Layout Objects, and Div Tag. This one again is going to be known as footer. And click New CSS Style. You notice the hashtag selector type is also an ID. We're going to click OK. And box, this one was, I believe, well, we know it's 800, but I believe the height was 50, sorry. If it isn't, I can easily change that, but we'll know for sure when we browse for that image over in the footer, and there you go, 50. Click OK, do no repeat, click Apply, and click OK again, and click OK again. And I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this content area here, because we're going to do it anyway. I'm going to go to File, Save All, go into the web browser, and hello. Let's try that again. Let's go to File, Save All. Here's what we got to do. I'm going to go back to footer. Just double click the footer, because you would have done exactly as I had, but we forgot to do something. I forgot to clear both. And that's just going to put everything below those two columns. Without it, what it does actually is goes under those columns and we can't see them. So we're going to apply that, click OK, and save all. Let's hope I'm right. Go into the web browser, and there it is. So, nice background there. I think that looks pretty good. Please, again, make sure you pause the video if you need help. Obviously, you can rewind. Probably go into here and call it Deconti Design or something like that. Now, I do have some time, so maybe I'll do that right now. But you know, the video is pretty much over in terms of this first part. Okay, so we have our first page of our website, our opening page, and the next video will show how to put some content in here. Okay, thanks for watching, and come back for the 6th video.